For over 270 million years, evolution kept hitting copy and paste on one of nature's most fearsome designs, those long, curved, blade-like fangs built for precision kills. From the Permian Gorgonopsians, the first saber-toothed hunters, to the mighty Smilodon of the Ice Age, these creatures ruled their worlds with jaws that could end a life in seconds. But here's the twist: they weren't even related. Each of these predators, separated by millions of years, evolved saber teeth on their own, proving just how powerful this design was in nature's survival playbook. So buckle up and travel through time with me, from ancient deserts to frozen tundras, as we uncover how evolution kept reinventing the same terrifying smile. And hey, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and join our tribe of time travelers, because it's time to go prehistoric. Chapter 1. The OG saber-tooths. Gorgonopsians? Picture this. It's the Middle Permian, 272 million years ago. Dinosaurs? Not even a twinkle in evolution's eye. The world's one giant supercontinent called Pangaea, stretching from pole to pole. The climate's getting drier, forests are turning to deserts, and the land's crawling with bizarre creatures. Enter the Gorgonopsians, the original saber-toothed predators. These guys weren't mammals or reptiles. They were therapsids, a weird in-between group closer to mammals but with a reptilian vibe. Think of them as the love child of a lizard and a lion, but with teeth that could make a T-Rex jealous. Gorgonopsians had long, narrow bodies, muscular builds, and skulls packed with oversized canines, some as long as a T-Rex's exposed teeth. These weren't your average chompers. They were designed to puncture thick hides and slice deep into flesh, perfect for tackling the tough-skinned parasaurs roaming Pangaea, some weighing over a ton. How'd they get these teeth? Evolution, baby. Random genetic tweaks gave some Gorgonopsians longer canines, which helped them hunt better. Natural selection said, yep, that's a winner. And over generations, those genes spread like wildfire. Now, hunting wasn't exactly precise for these guys. Their reptilian-like jaws weren't built for sniper-level accuracy, so they likely used a bite-and-retreat strategy. Imagine this: a Gorgonopsian ambushes a parasaur, chomps down hard, then backs off to let its prey bleed out. If needed, it'd swoop in for another bite until the prey was weak enough for a final blow. Brutal but effective. This tactic worked so well that Gorgonopsians spread across Pangaea like influencers on TikTok, thriving in deserts, steppes, forests, and coastal plains. They came in all sizes too. Some, like the tiny Alopesaurus, were small enough to be your pet if you're cool with a toothy gremlin. Others, like the king of the Gorgonopsians, Inostrancevia, were absolute units. This beast stretched over 11.5 feet long and weighed 770 pounds, about the size of the biggest black bear ever recorded in New Jersey. Yeah, you wouldn't want to mess with that. But here's where the story takes a dark turn. Just 25 million years into their reign, the Gorgonopsians faced the ultimate plot twist: the Permian-Triassic extinction, aka the Great Dying. Massive volcanic eruptions turned Earth into a hellscape. Think forest fires, acid rain, scorching heat, and intense radiation. It was too much, even for these toothy titans. By 252 million years ago, the Gorgonopsians were gone, and saber-teeth vanished from the planet for a while. What about the Therocephalians or Antiosaurids? Yeah, these groups had big canines too, but they don't count as true saber-tooths. Their teeth were too rounded, not bladed enough, and they lacked key jaw adaptations like a massive gape. Sorry, no saber-tooth badge for them. Chapter 2. The Long Saber-Tooth Drought. After the Gorgonopsians bit the dust, Earth entered a saber-tooth cold spell that lasted millions of years. We're talking the entire Mesozoic era, nearly 200 million years of dinosaurs, pterosaurs, and marine monsters, but no saber-toothed predators. That's wild, right? You'd think with all the crazy creatures evolving, like velociraptors or spinosaurs, someone would have unlocked those iconic teeth again. But nope, saber-teeth were on hiatus, like a canceled TV show waiting for a reboot. Why the drought? It's hard to say. Maybe the environments didn't favor long canines, or maybe dinosaurs were just too busy being awesome. Whatever the reason, we don't see saber-teeth again until the Cenozoic, the age of mammals, when evolution decided it was time for a comeback. And boy, did it deliver. Chapter 3. The underdog saber-tooths. Macharoidines. Fast forward it to 52 million years ago, the Middle Eocene. Dinosaurs are long gone, and mammals are taking over. Enter the Macharoidines, a group so obscure they're like the indie band of saber-toothed predators. These guys belong to the Oxyanid family, a group of ancient placental mammals. Not quite cats, not quite dogs, but definitely carnivorous. Their name, meaning dagger-like, says it all. Macharoidines popped up in North America and Asia, living in warm, humid floodplains and riverside habitats. They weren't huge, think golden retriever-sized at their biggest, but don't let that fool you. These guys had saber teeth built to punch holes through flesh, and they likely took down prey way bigger than themselves, like early rhinos or horses. Their secret weapon? Crazy strong forelimbs for pinning down struggling prey, plus those sharp canines for delivering killer bites. Only 3 genera are known: Apataelurus, Diegoeodon, and Macharoides. Apataelurus even means false cat because they looked cat-like with long tails and slender bodies, but they weren't related to modern felines. They were scrappy underdogs, thriving in a world with bigger predators lurking. But their saber teeth? Kinda basic. They lack the fancy jaw adaptations or protective flanges, those bony shields around teeth that later saber-tooths would rock. This made them less efficient, but they still got the job done. Sadly, their time in the spotlight was short. Around 41 million years ago, a new player entered the game, and it was bad news for the Macharoidine. Let's meet their rivals. Chapter 4. The Fake Cats. Nimrovids. Say hello to the Nimrovids, the false saber-toothed cats that showed up around 41 million years ago. These guys weren't actual cats, but belonged to a related group called Feliformia, which includes modern cats, hyenas, and mongooses. They evolved their saber teeth completely independently from the Macharoidines, proving evolution loves a good repeat. What made Nimrovids so special? Their saber teeth were next level, longer, better protected with flanges, and backed by jaws that could open wide for deep, deadly bites. They were also bigger and more muscular, with some species, like Barborophelus, hitting 723 pounds, lion-sized. Plus, they were adaptable. While Macharoidines were stuck climbing trees in forests, Nimrovids could run across open landscapes thanks to a cooling, drying climate that turned forests into scrublands and woodlands. This versatility gave Nimrovids the edge. They outcompeted the Macharoidines, who faded away as Nimrovids spread across North America, Africa, and Eurasia. Nimrovids diversified like crazy, splitting into 3 subfamilies: Nimravinae, Hoplophoninae, and Barborophyllinae. Some, like Eusmelus, had saber teeth as long as their skulls, looking eerily like true saber-toothed cats. Others, like Nanosmilus, were bobcat-sized but still fierce. Nimrovids were the ultimate all-rounders. Some ambushed prey in forests, others chased it down in open plains. They hunted everything from early horses to giant herbivores, and their success kept other carnivores on their toes. But here's the twist: they never made it to South America. And that little detail set the stage for our next saber-tooth crew. Chapter 5. The Weirdest Saber-tooths. Thylacosmelids. While Nimrovids were ruling the north, South America was cooking up something weird. Meet the Thylacosmelids, the 4th saber-tooth group, evolving around 20 million years ago. These guys weren't placental mammals like the others. They were metatherians, closer to modern marsupials like kangaroos or koalas. And trust me, they were the oddballs of the saber-tooth world. Thylacosmelids had massive, continuously growing canines. Think rodent incisors, but sharper and scarier. They also sported huge flanges on their jaws, giving them a face only a paleontologist could love. Unlike other saber-tooths, their bite force was weak with smaller jaw muscles than you'd expect. So how'd they hunt? They'd ambush prey, use their semi-opposable thumbs and strong bodies to pin it down, then line up their saber teeth for a precision strike to the neck. It was like threading a needle with a dagger. These guys lived in South America's savannas and sparse forests, where they faced off against giant terror birds and massive birds of prey. They weren't huge. Most were beagle-sized, with the biggest, Thylacosmilus, maybe reaching 90 pounds. But they didn't need size. Their unique hunting style made them deadly, and the lack of Nimrovids in South America gave them room to shine. Chapter 6. The Legends. Saber-tooth cats. Finally, the moment you've been waiting for. The saber-tooth cats, scientifically called Macharodontinins. These icons split from modern cat ancestors around 20 million years ago in Europe, then spread to Africa, Asia, and the Americas. Unlike their predecessors, they started big and stayed big. The earliest genus, Myrmecitus, was already lioness-sized at 220 pounds, with serrated canines built for tackling massive prey. Saber-tooth cats came in two flavors, dirk-toothed and scimitar-toothed. Dirk-toothed bat, like Smilodon and Meganterion, had long, slender canines and stocky builds, perfect for ambushing in forests. Scimitar-toothed cats, like Homotherium and Xenosmilus, had shorter, broader teeth and leaner, longer legs for chasing prey in open areas. The biggest, Smilodon populator, tipped the scales at 1,040 pounds. Think polar bear with fangs. Their bite force? Surprisingly weak, about a third of a lion's. To compensate, they use powerful neck muscles to drive their saber teeth into soft spots, like the neck, severing arteries for a quick kill. Some may have wrestled prey down, while others might have used a bite-and-retreat tactic. Either way, they were apex predators, feasting on mammoths, rhinos, and glyptodonts. Think armadillos on steroids. Fossil evidence, like puncture marks on glyptodont skulls and mammoth bones, shows these cats meant business. And get this, some, like Homotherium and Smilodon, might have been social. DNA studies suggest Homotherium had genes linked to social behavior, and Smilodon fossils at La Brea tar pits appear in numbers that scream pack hunters, similar to modern lions. Chapter 7, The Fall of the Saber-tooths. So we had three saber-tooth groups, Nimrovids, Thylacosmelids, and saber-tooth cats, ruling the Cenozoic. Then, poof, they're all gone. What happened? Let's break it down. First to fall were the Nimrovids, around 7 million years ago. Competition with saber-tooth cats and the spread of grasslands likely pushed them out. The Thylacosmelids followed 4 million years later, during the late Pliocene. Originally, scientists blamed saber-tooth cats invading South America, but new evidence suggests climate change and shifting flora did them in. Their hyper-specialized teeth couldn't adapt to new prey. The saber-tooth cats held on the longest, with Smilodon possibly surviving until 8,200 years ago, when humans were already building cities. For a while, we thought humans hunted them to extinction, but it's more complicated. The loss of megafauna prey, combined with climate change and human pressure, likely sealed their fate. Those specialized saber teeth, while awesome in stable times, made adapting to rapid change tough. Conclusion: will saber-teeth return? And that's the epic saga of saber-tooth predators. 5 groups, from Gorgonopsians to saber-tooth cats, each evolving those iconic teeth independently. It's a testament to how evolution loves a good idea, even if it's a risky one. Could saber-teeth make a comeback? Given they popped up 5 times in the Cenozoic alone, I wouldn't bet against it. But unless evolution works overtime, we won't be around to see it. So what's your favorite saber-tooth group? The OG Gorgonopsians, the quirky Thylacosmelids, or the legendary Smilodon? Drop your thoughts in the comments and let me know what prehistoric topic you want next. If you love this deep dive, mash that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell for more epic journeys into Earth's past. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Stay curious, stay prehistoric.